We have been warned about a likely recession for the last 2 to 3 years. Everything in our life appeared to be upended all at once. Offices left desolate and abandoned like it was the apocalypse. Children isolated at home and detached from the normalcy of the learning and socialization provided by schools. Employees forced to balance work and home at home during now commingled time and space, losing loved ones from a virus that threatened the capacity of entire hospital systems, as well as the resolve of our nation and the world at large. Having come through the worst of it, we're now faced with tech and other industries tightening their belts in the face of what was a booming job market and record profits. Tens of thousands of folks laid off, one while on maternity leave and another while in the midst of labor. I read an account on LinkedIn of a gentleman who had been laid off via email at 3 a.m. He awakened to find that all access to his now former employer had been severed. After all that we've been through, how do you cope with the financial uncertainty that comes with being laid off? My name is JMEarley. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success. And this is Leadership Matters. Today, I want to talk to you about coping with being laid off, how to keep your head up and remain hopeful in and during uncertain and precarious times. As a consultant, contractor, freelancer, and even a full-time employee, this is not foreign terrain for me. My professional life is a series of contractual starts and stops, sometimes shrouded in ambiguity and instability. How have I weathered the storms of projects that end earlier, full-time positions that ultimately didn't fit? For me, the answer is simple: by faith. I am undergirded by my faith and believe that all things work together for my good, even when it appears like the rug has been pulled out from under me. The other day, I saw a quote that had been posted that said, "I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you never would have moved, God." This hit the bullseye for me because God often makes me uncomfortable in a place that I'm just supposed to be passing through when I'm otherwise content to take a residence right there. But that's a story for another video. How do you cope when you're thrown into situations that you neither expected, wanted, or perhaps even prepared for? The most important thing, in my experience, is to protect your mental health. Perspective is everything. Whether you see being laid off as an opportunity to shift gears and slow down, pursue your passion project or dream, take a break to get refreshed and restored, or as a death sentence sending you into the fits of anxiety and depression, how you respond to it is dependent upon how you view or perceive it. Now, this isn't to say that being laid off doesn't present real life challenges, such as paying your mortgage and bills or providing for your family, because it absolutely does. But stressing yourself out, not being able to eat, sleep, or function is counterproductive to your goal of getting back on your feet financially so that you can take care of those important issues. Being laid off can be an overwhelming and stressful experience for the experience of loss and change. For some people, a layoff could be a welcome relief from a difficult job situation or looked at as potential for moving in their life. But for others, a job loss can have a significant emotional impact. While people deal with change and stress in many different ways, there are a myriad of possible emotional, psychological, and physical responses that one may experience. So back to square one, the battlefield of the mind and protecting our mental health. Dr. Kristen Lee, licensed social worker, Psychology Today contributor, and author of 20 Ways to Protect Your Mental Health, Here's What Science Shows Can Help Keep Us on Track, offers the following tips for protecting your mental health. 1. Recognize you are not a robot or machine. Humans are beings, not doings. We're not meant to be on 24/7. You are not above the laws of science, which emphasize the importance of breaks and replenishment. 2, practice mindfulness. Be fully present in each moment. Avoid rash judgment of emotions and sensations. Relish in the positive. Recognize negative situations will shift. 3, Prioritize sleep. Sleep deprivation leads to poor moods, concentration, and health. Endless studies point to the critical nature of sleep on outlook, performance, and functioning. 4. Avoid self-medication. Keep an eye out for hooks. If you crave or rely on alcohol, drugs, caffeine, or sweets to escape, numb, or raise your energy, it might be a clue you need new go-tos to raise your dopamine and endorphins. 5. Try to eat clean. Speaking of self-medication, as I've gotten older, I've noticed patterns in my eating behavior. When I'm stressed, I want carbs. And once my body and energy has been exhausted by the carb overload, my body craves fresh foods. Foods that are alive and full of energy. Again, another topic for another video. Processed foods disrupt our brains and bodies. Rather than fad diets, consider eating according to dosha, one's body type. Eating local and in season is optimal. Real, natural, pure food, not manufactured chemicals, maximizes well-being. 6. Step it up. I have to take my dog Bailey out for long walks to give her exercise and stimulation and to clear my mind. We are wired to walk. The bilateral movement enhances our capacity to reason, problem solve, all while improving mood. Consider a step tracking device to spur you on. Whenever possible, choose stairs over elevators and walking meetings over sit downs. If you're not able-bodied, leverage the types of movement and exercise available to you. 7. Use music as therapy. I don't know about you, but for me, music is a vibe. It sets the mood. Whether I want to unwind and relax or get pumped up to push through, music is my elixir. Listen to music, make music, sing songs, dance, and hit repeat. Neurologist Oliver Sacks asserts that music can lift us out of depression when nothing else can. His work reveals us as musical species who benefit immensely from its extraordinary healing power. 8. Unleash your creativity. For me, this means going into my office to create prayer and positivity journals. I take a moment to practice mindfulness, praise, and prayer, and then let loose, creating without boundaries whatever comes to mind. Novelty and variety are highly beneficial for the brain. Creative outlets and activities are essential. Let your life be art. 9. Avoid social comparisons. Use examples of successes as motivation, not self-sabotage. Watch out for people that present a perfect picture of life. Their neatly packaged story isn't the full story. 10. Practice self-compassion. Adopt a kind spirit towards yourself. Constant self-criticism is unhealthy and unproductive. Treat yourself like you would a friend. 11. Guard against techno stress. I must admit that I'm on the struggle bus on this one. I can't tell you how much time, energy, and emotion I've wasted while constantly scrolling or checking on this or that. Constant screen use is associated with poor mental health outcomes. Set boundaries with technology and instead invest your time in activities that bolster well-being. 12. Spend time in green spaces and nature. Numerous studies reveal the positive impact of nature on well-being. Time in the elements, air, water, fire, and earth are highly beneficial to the brain, body, and soul. 13. Let them see you sweat. Hiding in the shadows exacerbates mental health distress. Finding trusted people to reveal your struggles can be a catalyst for healing and growth. 14. Laugh and play. Humor is a productive factor for our mental health. Taking life too seriously inhibits joy. Play and be playful. 15. Volunteer. Research shows that people who give their time to contribute positively to their lives, to the lives of others, tend to flourish. Living life from a we stance, not a me stance, helps us to thrive. 16. Count your blessings. Studies show that practicing gratitude positively boosts mental health. Happiness researcher Sanja explains that heartfelt, intermittent, intentional practice is better than constant, passive, automated expressions of thankfulness. 17. Enlist a therapist or coach. Evidence-based treatment modalities like cognitive behavioral therapy and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing EMDR therapy can help us develop a host of coping strategies and develop a strategic plan for thriving. 18. Adopt a sustainability mindset. My family knows that I am a phase girl. I take strategic, incremental steps to achieve my long-term goal. Down to creating a gym in my home, it took me a couple of years to build up to what I had initially envisioned, but each step got me closer to the manifestation of my goal. Consider your long game. Set a pace that allows you to reach goals and still breathe rather than being strangled by the too tight grip of perpetual urgency and frenetic energy. Don't sprint through this marathon. 19, align values to behavior. Take Dr. Martin Siegelman's Value in Action Inventory to help discover your values and character strengths. Research shows that when we live out our values, it increases resilience. And 20, don't go it alone. I count my family and my few close friends as my support system. Healing, growth, resilience, and well-being happen in community. Any efforts towards them are enhanced when we have caring people to cheer us on and hold us accountable. Relationships are protective factors, buffers, and enhancers of mental health. It may not seem like it now, but trust, this too will pass, and you will be better for having gone through it. I hope you keep these tips close, share this video and save it so as things get tough and you feel your hope slipping away or begin to feel a little lost, you can reflect back on these tips to get your heart and mind back in the game. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that others will know that you found it valuable. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. See you in my next video.